All right, so we got a last minute call for a dumpster, but it's actually a junk removal job. Keegan's already working on it. Right, here's the deal. All this right here, plastic, other trash, all the cardboard here, whole lot of cardboard. We got this call from a third-party company. Not even sure if I can post this yet. I'm gonna confirm with them that it's okay, but we basically are getting all the cardboard. We're putting it in here because we actually get rid of the cardboard for free. And then after we get all the cardboard, we'll sort through the rest of the plastic and trash and dispose of that separately. That's why we have this bag here for all the other trash. But we're gonna get all the cardboard in here and try to be efficient about it. But let's get it done. think tomorrow and Friday will be pretty light days. So it's not work 9 hours last 2 days, right? So we'll make Thursday. Yeah. All right, 45 minutes in. Now we're down to all the nippy stuff. We got all the big stuff in there, all broken down. There's no way. Ooh, we found a one-legged LeBron. Oh, and whatever these little squish things are, kind of weird. But now it's a matter of sorting through the little stuff to find the plastic and the cardboard. But what we've been doing, 45 minutes?
Yeah, like 25.
Yeah. The guy told us that we bring a 14 yard and it'd be too much, so he brought a 20, and we're probably gonna run out of room at the last second.
That was wrong.
Yep, you gotta know it. And you definitely got a bed hidden in this corner, so that's not cardboard, so they'll be charged for that. All right, it's getting dark, so we're getting near the end for the day. We told him this would be a couple-hour project. We kind of made a mess, so we gotta get this stuff at least cleaned up. But we keep having to push stuff up to the top, but getting shocked every time how much room we are able to make by just piling it up front and stomping on it. But I think we can get it all in one load. Well, plus the plastic in a separate load. What do you think, Keegan? Easy. All right, after an hour and a half, this is what we got left. We're gonna come back with this. We're gonna get some shovels because this is some pretty nasty red or wet stuff. So we'll come back, load that into the room we have here. We'll pack that down a little bit more, sort a little bit more of the plastic in here and pick this up in a separate load. So we got probably another hour of work, but no need to do it today. We have a little bit of free time tomorrow, so we'll just save it for tomorrow. You know you're still figuring out that dad life when your employee's sitting outside of your house waiting for you to come to work. It's embarrassing, but I'm figuring it out. 3 hours of sleep every night. It's getting a little harder every time, but we're making it work. We'll figure it out. Let's go get some money. All right, so this is the junk left. What is it, 8:30, 9 o'clock? This is the only hoodie this man had in the truck because we're actually giving this to somebody that runs the landfill, and she's awesome. She just asked us for a hoodie, and I'm like, man, I'll give you a hoodie to wear in front of my competition. That'd be hilarious. So we got a little bit left here we got to get, and we'll be all wrapped up. I think I hear a semi coming, so we might need to move the truck, but oh, we're good? Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get the last of this, move on. We got a pickup after this, and then another drop off, so quick day. God, that is one green ass loogie. What? Was it mine from earlier? Or was yours? Yeah, that's yours. Oh, fuck. I never got one. That's ridiculous. What do you think that's all this red cardboard we're going to throw in there? Or is it just... No. I mean, unless there are little pieces in there, but probably not. Huh? Get rid of. You don't have the shit yet? Oh, you got another pickup. Another pickup? Yeah. Pickup. I'll let you pull that one, isn't it? We still gotta get back again. Okay. Well, that might get a little harder. Huh? Where's the pickup at? It's like right on the house. Oh, so we'll do it right away. It could be full of construction. Yeah, we'll do this here a little bit. Yeah, after we are. Try to get that piled up, snap down, we'll hit the recycling, and then come back to this.
got it on that rough.
Let's drop this over here.
Are we dirty? Magically delicious.
Just kind of. Pull it open for you. So you can find out a couple bungees in the retractable bungees and things that blow out of the door. You can't find that even a ratchet strap. It's kind of gnarly, you know? All right, so to give you guys a backstory, when I got this call from the third party that wanted me to do it, they basically said, oh, it's mostly cardboard, 90%. We think you get it in one load with your 14 yard. Well, we got the 20 yard. We broke down nearly every box, and that thing is stuffed. Outside of that, this is all the stuff that was either cardboard mixed with so much plastic and dirt that it wasn't going to be okay to take to the recycling center. So with that, we will be taking all of this cardboard to recycling center. Theoretically, that should be free to get rid of. This is what we essentially need to pay to get rid of, which we're either going to slip this into another dumpster, or I'm going to start another dumpster for green bags for pickup this week or this month, because I have about 3 or 4 out right now that we're going to have to get rid of eventually anyway. So that could be the start of that. And then we'll slip these mattresses in there too. I honestly think somebody was sleeping back here for a while, because that was pretty much put together. There were pee bottles everywhere, and he smelled ammonia, so I'm pretty sure there was somebody camping back here for a while, which is just gnarly. I mean, honestly, hiding under these cardboard boxes like their house.
Nasty.
It was pretty gnarly. All right, let's get the rest of this done. All right, I've never been here. No one's talking to me, so we just kind of backed this up to this cardboard pile, and we're putting it here. Hopefully that's okay. right, that was like oddly easy. Nobody really said a word to us, except for one guy said, oh yeah, just aim it that way. And nobody checked our load or anything, but it was all cardboard, so. Sounds like we need to get in the recycling business. That's easier than going to the landfill any day, and it doesn't cost anything to get rid of, so. That was pretty nice. We gotta go get the rest of that stuff though. All right, so after that, what we did was we ended up dropping off that empty dumpster, and we went and picked up another dumpster that a customer was done with. This dumpster looks relatively light, like it shouldn't in no way be over 1 ton. So what we're doing now is headed over to that location that had the dumpster, or had the junk removal job. We're gonna drop off this dumpster, we're gonna leave it there, we're gonna leave the truck and the dumpster there. Then we're gonna go pick up something that I just wanted to experiment with. Keegan and I could probably load the remainder of this stuff by hand into this, but there's something that I've been working on that will make picking up those green bags very easy for us with the existing equipment I have. And I think we could literally just do curbside pickup, like 1 day a week. We could pick up 10 of these, and that's kind of what I'm working towards. So I'm gonna go test this thing that I had welded together, and we're gonna see how it actually works, because it hasn't been tested yet. All right, so this was before I even got my mini excavator. I had this made. It is a plate that has this welded on it so that we can basically pivot an arm left and right and then pick up a green bag off the side of the trailer. So haven't even got to use this yet. Like I said, it was made before I even got the mini. And so today we're gonna test it since we have a decent sized bag that we don't wanna load by hand. The idea is we can obviously use the mini whenever we wanted, but the problem is that'll be rented out occasionally. It'll be on other job sites. So I want another way that I can pick this stuff up with another machine. And this is what I came up with. Had a family friend weld it together, and it's pretty overbuilt, more than we probably even need for these bags. All right, so this is the plate. This is the mount right here. Even threaded a little bolt in here. Look at that thing, man. That thing is so big. So the idea is this thing can basically pick stuff up off the side of the trailer like that, and then it can swing it to the front where we stack it on both ends. What we'll have to do to start, since we didn't make a mount yet, we'll weld it later, but we need to basically make a spot where the chain can be tied down right here to keep it from swinging back and forth if we're picking it up off the side. But I think we'll be able to make this work for the first time. There we go. The skidster looks excited. Still just looks beautiful. All right, so the idea is we'll drag this out just a little bit farther since it is pretty light, and then we're gonna swing this arm over off the edge, pick it up from this side, swing it around, lift it up real high, and slide it into the corner of that dumpster that's empty. That's the plan. We'll see how it actually goes. All right, that didn't go as well as planned. One big thing about this thing is welded really well. It is a solid piece of equipment, but the bracket or the plate that I brought him is clearly a little too thin, and I can already tell that it flexed. This bag's kind of heavy, but it's not that heavy. It should not have really done that. So I'm gonna probably redo this design, but put it on a better plate or reinforce the front of this somehow, because that's a little too thin, to say the least. Other than that, what we really should have done to make our life even easier was pull the truck up a little further, set the dumpster down, but left it necessarily attached and still winched on, so that we could just pull it right back on. We wouldn't have to have dealt with the high sides, stuff like that. The idea for this originally, though, was to be able to just set the bags right here, get like 2 or 3 of them together, and then put them into one. We were really just testing this out, so there's definitely some lessons learned here and some things we can take away from it. But it was a good first test, and this could come in handy in a pinch, but I don't see us using it all the time. All right, that kind of wraps up today's work. Keegan's gonna run this thing over the landfill, get rid of that dumpster from this morning, along with that bag that we just slipped in there. It's still gonna be a pretty light load for the most part, so his day will be done after that. I'm gonna go check in on the wife, see how she's doing, but hope you liked the video. Definitely a learning experience, so put in the comments some ideas you might have. Definitely, if we were to do this regularly, I think the mini excavator would be the easiest way to pick up those green bags. But I did want to just test this to see if we could use it in a pinch. And we can, but we definitely took away some pointers here that we'll use in the future. All right, guys. Hope you like and subscribe. Hope you're subscribed to this channel by now. And I'll catch you in the next one.